I'm going to read Blackout, Animals That Live in the Dark. Okay, you can see that. Written by Ginger L. Clark, illustrated by Pete Mueller. Introduction, page 4. Do you ever wonder what happens at night while you are asleep? When you are sleeping, many animals are busy. Some animals hunt at night. They are called nocturnal. Page 5. Some animals live in the dark, almost all of the time. Some creep in caves, some swim way down deep at the bottom of the ocean, and some cool creatures hide out in dens underground. Let's find out what it's like to live in a blackout. Page 6, Chapter 1, Animals Awake at Night. Is that a cat creeping in the dark? No, it's a genet. This spotted African animal looks and acts like a cat, but it is related to a mongoose. It hunts only at night. Page 7. This genet comes out of its lair in a hollow tree after the sun goes down. It quickly climbs the tree. Snatch! The genet grabs a bird from its nest with its sharp claws. Page 8. Another African animal hunts in the trees. The bush baby has big round eyes that help it see in the dark. Its name comes from the sound of its call. It sounds like the cries of a human baby. Page 9. The bush baby can jump up to 20 feet. Its long, fluffy tail helps with balance so it can fly through the air. This bush baby leaps into the trees and pounces on a lizard. Page 10. The barn owl lives in most parts of the world. It is a silent hunter. It has excellent hearing. It twists its head around to look for predators and to listen for faraway sounds. Page 11. Whoosh! As barn owl swoops down quietly, it catches a mouse with its talons. Then it carries the mouse in its beak back to its nest in the barn. Some barn owls use nests that their parents and grandparents used before them. Page 12. The big, beautiful Luna moth lives only in North America. It is one of the world's largest moths. It has a wingspan of about up to 6 inches wide. That's about as big as a bowl of soup. This Luna moth flutters in the dark, looking for another Luna moth. It is active only at night. Page 13. There's the moth that looks like the size of a soup bowl. Page 13. And it lives only for about 1 week and never gets to eat. The Luna moth does not have a mouth. It lives only to make baby moths, and then it dies. But what a marvelous moth. It is quite pretty. Page 14. Big brown bats sleep during the daytime. They live in groups in North American caves. They also sleep in trees and buildings. They are one of the largest bats with the wingspan of up to 14 inches. That's about as long as your arm. Page 15. At night, hundreds of bats fly out of a cave together. They make high-pitched sounds and then listen for echoes. This tells them where their prey is. This is called echolocation. The bats are listening for insects. One bat can catch more than 1,000 insects in an hour. Chapter 2, Animals in Caves, page 16. Many cave creatures are white. It is so dark in the caves where they live that they do not need colors to blend in. Some of them are missing something else too. They do not have eyes. Page 17. Cave crayfishes have probably been around for millions of years, but new types are now being found when people explore new caves. This crayfish uses its long antenna to find its way in the dark water. Snap! It grabs food with its big front claws. Page 18. The blind cavefish has black dots where its eyes should be. It is totally blind. Even though the blind cavefish looks pink, it is not. Its skin is clear so that you can see the blood vessels underneath. Page 19. Some scientists say that the blind cavefish is smarter than a dog. It swims around things without bumping into them, and it seems to learn and remember where things are in its cave. Blind cavefish can even be kept as pets in fish tanks. Page 20. The blind salamander is white and eyeless. It has feathery red gills to help it breathe. What a freaky looking creature! Page 21. This blind salamander moves its head from side to side. It finds food by feeling for movement in the water that tells it something else is swimming nearby. Chomp! The salamander eats a tiny snail. Page 22. The blind wolf spider lives only in caves of Hawaii. There are many kinds of cave spiders. This one looks like a regular brown and black wolf spider, but it is only as big as a quarter, much smaller than other wolf spiders, and it does not have eyes. Page 23. The blind wolf spider does not build a web like other spiders. It hunts by feeling the ground. Pounce! It chases and grabs a tiny shrimp-like animal that is also blind. Page 24. One weird cave creature glows in the dark. The glowworm is the larva of the type of adult fly that lives in the caves of New Zealand. It uses small blue lights inside its body to attract prey to its web. Page 25. This glowworm spins threads of silk that hang from the cave ceiling. Zap! A moth flies into the silk strings. The glowworm pulls it up and eats it. When the glowworm is full, it dims its night light. Chapter 3, page 26. Animals in the Deep Ocean. The vampire squid is more like a jellyfish than a squid. It gets its name because its dark body and webbed arms look a little like a vampire bat. It also has big creepy eyes. Page 27. This vampire squid sees a shark. It flashes small lights on its head to confuse the shark. It wraps its arms over its body, almost like turning inside out. Poof! The squid disappears into the dark. Page 28. For many years, people have told stories about sea serpents. They could have been talking about the oarfish. Its very long body, spiky fins, and bright red crest make it look like a true monster of the deep. Page 29. The oarfish is the longest of all bony fish. The oarfish can grow up to 30 feet long. That's as long as some sailboats. The oarfish is big, but it has a small mouth and no teeth. Slurp. This oarfish sucks up a crab and slinks away. Page 30. The gulper eel looks like a huge mouth with a long tail. It is also called the umbrella mouth. It can eat fish larger than itself by stretching its mouth and open wide. The gulper eel page 31. The gulper eel wiggles its glowing tail. A fish sees the light and swims near the gulper eel's mouth. Gulp. The gulper eel swallows the fish in one big bite. Page 32. The snipe eel is long and skinny. It looks like a piece of ribbon floating in the water. It can be up to 5 feet long, but it weighs less than a chicken egg. It has a thin beak like a bird. The beak is full of tiny spiky teeth. The snipe eel glides through the dark water with its mouth open. Swoosh, swoosh. It moves its head from side to side to catch small shrimp with the teeth in its beak. Fish do not have legs, but one fish can walk. The tripod fish has 3 long fins that it uses to stand on the seafloor. The word tripod means 3 legs. That is page 34. Page 35. This tripod fish stands still on the ocean bottom. It is waiting for food to swim by. It uses its side fins like antennae to sense movement in the water. A snail bumps into the fish's fin. The tripod fish grabs the snail with its mouth and munches on it. Chapter 4, Animals Underground, page 36. The star-nosed mole is almost blind. It uses 22 feelers on its nose to feel where it is going in the dark. The star-nosed mole digs in the ground like other moles, but it can also swim and dive. It eats worms, water bugs, and even small fish and crabs. Page 37. This star-nosed mole finds a worm in the dirt with his nose. It picks up the worm with its feet, stuffs the worm in its mouth, and keeps on digging. Page 38. Most badgers live in family groups and underground dens during the daytime. The den has many rooms and tunnels. There is even a nursery for the babies. Badgers come out only at night. Page 39. This badger sniffs the air for danger. It comes out slowly to find food. Scratch, scratch, scratch. The badger digs with its big front paws. It smells in the dirt with its snout. Badgers eat bugs, slugs, worms, frogs, plants, fruits, and small animals. They are not picky eaters. Page 40. Prairie dogs make burrows in the ground. Many families share a burrow and live close together. Prairie dogs share jobs too. Some look for plants to eat. Others take care of the babies, and they also take turns being lookout. Page 41. This prairie dog is guarding his family's part of the burrow. Another prairie dog comes close. They crawl towards each other. Smooch. They know each other by their kisses. If the prairie dogs do not know each other, they will fight until one of them runs away. Page 42. Bat-eared foxes live in dens. They usually hunt at night, and they have excellent hearing. These foxes have bat-like ears that are much bigger than the ears of the other kinds of foxes. Page 43. This bat-eared fox uses its big ears to listen for insects. It can hear bugs crawling in the dirt. It especially likes to eat termites. The fox scoops up some termites and munches on them with its tiny teeth. What a funny little fox. Trapdoor spiders are sneaky hunters. Page 44. They dig deep holes in the ground. They spin silk covers for the holes and cover them with dirt. These are all called trapdoors. The female spider waits in her hole while she lives in the same burrow for all of her life. Suddenly, she hears, page 45. Suddenly, she hears a noise outside. Pop! The spider jumps out of her hole and surprises a cricket. She grabs the cricket and quickly disappears underground to poison and eat the cricket. Page 46. Many types of ants live in huge underground groups called colonies. Honey ants dig deep colonies full of lots of tunnels and rooms. Like most ants, their colony has one queen and thousands of workers. The largest workers are called honeypots. Honeypots. Page 47. These honeypots hang in a cluster from the ceiling of a tunnel. Their bodies blow up like balloons to hold the nectar they drink from flowers. The nectar is used to feed the queen, who never leaves the colony. Honeypots can be as big as grapes. They get so swollen they can't move. Page 48. The world seems quiet at night, but many animals are awake, hunting and hiding in the dark. Hoo, hoo. Some of these creatures are noisy. But they are just looking for food. Good night, animals of the dark. The end. I hope you enjoyed this book. And I put the page numbers. The reason I was reading the page numbers is so that if you're doing anything with the book, you can record the page numbers for text evidence. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.